Guys, and welcome back to my channel. You are not going to believe this. Seriously, you're gonna want to brace yourself for this one. But you know Kim Kardashian, billionaire socialite turned businesswoman who reminded us all that we just needed to work harder? Well, she's involved in a scam. I know, shocking, but I'm not talking about the Skechers scam or the crypto scam or sex tape scam or the impossible beauty standard that her and her sister set, all the while denying that it's impossible scam. This is something else. Today we are diving into the Kimoji scam that allegedly fully ruined someone's life. Kimoji was an app that was created back in 2015 that allowed you to use little emoji style pictures of Kim Kardashian in your text messages and other messaging platforms. A lot of them used Kim's main asset, at least at the time, but others were just little faces and hearts and all the usual stuff that you expect from emojis. After Kim's app was launched, it became really popular at that time and gained 9,000 downloads per second. And if you can believe it, according to Wikipedia, the Kimoji app made $1 million per minute despite having mediocre initial App Store ratings. That is insane. Like, literally for an emoji app, I feel like this would never happen these days. But anyway, with the success of Kimoji, it was trademarked, of course, and Kim went on to create merch with these images. For example, pool floaties, post-it notes of her butt, perfumes, phone accessories. What's more, with the creation and success of the Kimoji app, other celebrities followed suit, including Justin Bieber and Justmoji, Steph Curry with Stephmoji, and even Hillary Clinton. But that's basically just the history. Now let's talk about the tea, and that's the situation with a man called David Liebensohn. And actually, it's seemingly a lot more serious than just tea. This is this man's whole life ruined by Kimoji / Kim Kardashian.
It's the Kim Kardashian ruined my life guy. You're in LA now? Are you the guy that got everything stolen? What happened?
We were partners on Kimoji, and she decided to take it from us and steal millions of dollars worth of ideas.
David was an app creator before the Kimoji scandal and actually created an app called Censorgram, which was created to automatically remove spam and unwanted comments on social media. David's creation for this app came from a need of his own, as he had a phone case company called Case Machine that was getting a lot of attention on Instagram, which was just a baby at the time. And this app, you could say, is basically just the socialite's dream, as you know how many spam comments and hate comments they get on a daily basis. So a lot of people were using this app, including Kim Kardashian. So by 2014, David was pretty successful. Kim, being the ever-ambitious businesswoman, decided that she wanted to be a partner with this already existent and popular app. And Kim apparently sent her friend, Jonathan, aka the food god, to message David.
Jonathan Chebin, through direct messages, to reach out and try to see if we'd partner, and he threw a percentage out.
So a meeting was set up with David and his team to fly out to Calabasas and meet with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. David and his team came up with an app idea that was created just for Kim, and that app idea was, of course, Kimoji. An app all about Kim Kardashian and her butt. Of course, she loved it. And what's more, the success of Censorgram kind of made this deal a no-brainer. So there was a verbal agreement between Kim's team and David that was to partner 50-50 on Kimoji, and they would also partner and split Censorgram 60-40. That meeting ended with just that quote verbal contract, as well as a promise to pending net contracts later on. I guess basically that means they said, yes, we want to do this, send you the official paperwork later, okay, bye. Not long after this meeting, Kim called David's team and was like, hey, did you guys file the trademark for this? Because if not, we can do it for you. Not sus at all, right? Well, the inevitable happened, and allegedly Kim's team did go ahead and file that trademark, but completely cut David and his team out of the deal. I just want to note here, this entire section that I'm saying here is a summary of what's on David's website, KimKardashianRuinedMyLife.com. So again, allegedly, supposedly. Now, this part confuses me just a little bit because continuing through David's story, he says that after this trademark part where they were cut out of the deal, Kim's lawyer allegedly reached out to David and his team and threatened to sue each of them for $5 million if they didn't hand over the trademark. I don't entirely understand that part, as if there was already a trademark in place. How was there another one filed, and then how could a threat happen? But that's the story. Maybe we'll get some clarity on this if we continue. In David's website statement, he says that watching the app make millions of dollars without him or his team seeing as much as $1 was triggering, along with living in a quote Kardashian infested world, constantly seeing them praised for how business savvy they are and how creative they are. He was devastated. He also claims to have lost all the money that he invested in the patent, as well as legal fees, which accumulated up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. After dealing with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner, David says that he was completely leveled financially and has never been able to get back on track. He also says that in order to spread his message on this situation, he has sacrificed a comfortable living situation so he can live in his car, work 3 jobs, and tell everybody his story. When I initially read that, I thought like, what, why? But he explains that because of the legal fees from the Kardashians after the lawsuit, they had the option to hit with a $400,000 plus bill that they apparently used to hold over his head and keep him quiet. And there was apparently threat of taking anything he would own or garnishing his wages in order to pay for this back. So he thought, fuck it, I'll live in my car and you can have the nothing that I own and I will talk about this. David also says that his lawyer for some reason had him withdraw this lawsuit and even lists this case on his website even though it was not won.
I tried to sue her for fraud, but that didn't work out for multiple reasons. My attorney at the time, for some reason, started suggesting I voluntarily withdraw the lawsuit and try arbitration instead. He said maybe he can sort it out on the golf course with their family attorney.
I don't know, and this is alleged, it's just my opinion. Do you think the lawyer was paid off? But anyway, David says that he can refile. It'll just cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars to fight the big and mighty Kardashians. Another page on David's current website around this has a lot of information and what he's calling evidence towards his case. Note, I'm calling it what he calls evidence, not because I don't believe him, but because, hello, I'm not getting sued by Kim Kardashian. But instead of going through all of that information, I checked out his TikTok so we can get it quick and easy. David's TikTok has already gained over 50,000 followers, and he has been active on there, from what I see, since only the 29th of last month.
To be honest, I didn't expect all this attention so quickly after launching my website, KimKardashianRuinedMyLife.com, just a week ago. I'm embarrassed to admit that I wasn't exactly prepared for the amount of views. Over 300,000 clicks on the website in just a week.
And to be honest, that really is super fast to have gained all of this attention. I kind of didn't even realize how recently he came out about all of this until I started researching it. But since this did not take long to garner attention, David was approached and offered an opportunity to spread his word even further.
I actually ran into a podcaster in Hollywood the other day when I was walking around my sign, and she wanted to tell my story. So sometime tomorrow or the next day or two, she's going to be releasing that, and it's going to be hopefully enough details for everybody to understand what's going on.
The podcast in question, from what I can find, is a channel called Kanye's Posts, and they did indeed have David on to tell his story.
And how was Kris Jenner in real life?
So everybody was pretty nice at first. You know, everything was very cordial. There was no tension or anything, nothing out of the ordinary until we signed the NDA.
And that's when things got dark.
He also clears the patent thing for us a little bit, at least on the Sensorgram side of things.
Because our baby was the Sensorgram app. We had filed a provisional patent on that. We were developing it for all the platforms, and, you know, had her interference not come into play with this whole situation, you know, it would have been something that we would have had secured for all platforms.
According to my light research on a provisional patent, it's basically a precursor to a full patent, like a little patent baby. David also breaks down the initial verbal agreement that we mentioned around Sensorgram and Kimoji.
With a verbal agreement in front of everybody to have 50-50 profit shares on Kimoji and 60-40, 60 us, 40 them for Sensorgram.
He also pulls out some receipts.
And you had already made all the technologies.
Thousands of users were on the app.
What about Kimoji?
Kimoji was not developed yet. We had the original artwork that we had put together for her, you know, the mock-ups that she had mentioned in a text message that we have also, where she wants to make changes to her emoji.
One thing that was really interesting from this interview is a privacy claim that David mentions. When this initial deal broke down between David and his team and Kim Kardashian, Kim had allegedly said that it was all because of a violation of privacy.
My partner, Narayan, had sent a harmless screenshot of something like, your dream girl is working with us. We're going to be partnering with your dream girl.
So your partner got excited.
He got excited.
And told somebody like, oh my God, you're never going to believe it. I'm partnering with your dream girl.
It was supposed to have been harmless, private between them.
So that explains a little bit more, to be honest. While we all know that the Kardashians, particularly Kim, aren't exactly shining beacons of humankind, this I can understand. Since there was a verbal contract about working together, it kind of should have gone without saying, like, don't tell anyone, like a verbal NDA of sorts. Celebrities do not like when you share screenshots of their messages. It's kind of a big no-no and really dissolves any trust that may have existed prior. And I guess that's just everybody, not just a celebrity thing.
But what had happened was this person was supposed to have been partners on another project, and it didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. So they were mad at Narayan, and they were jealous and used that screenshot that he had sent to mess our deal up.
That sucks for David. Honestly, Ryan, the partner who shared this screenshot, that was a bad move. And I'm not saying any of them deserve any of this, but I understand a little bit more of how it may have come to be now. But even though we can maybe understand her discomfort at the confidentiality breach, what she did next was really shady. Before telling him the deal was off, I guess, she calls David and is like, oh, the trademark for Kimoji, you did it. And he said he did not, and he explains why that wasn't done yet.
So Kim Kardashian called me and asked me if I filed the trademark. I replied, not yet. We were waiting. Even though it was our idea, since her name was a part of it, we felt weird securing that trademark under our business and not the new business that we were creating together.
To be honest, that was kind of a rookie business move, but again, they trusted Kim, they were excited, and she was still super dirty for being like, oh, no problem, I'll take care of filing the trademark, and just doing it behind their backs and fully cutting them out of the deal. Not cool, Kim. They even talk a little bit about Kanye during this interview, and David says that he is not sure if Ye knew everything that was going on, even though he heard him in the background of some phone calls. But then David also mentions that he is a big fan of Kanye, and if he wanted to come out and tell the truth about this, that would be great. And David, honey, no. I'll leave that at that. But anyway, David also exposes that allegedly the guy that shared the screenshot with Kim of that text message, he was supposedly told to do this. So David and his team are unsure of when exactly Kim knew about this, and they're sort of wondering if all of this wasn't done in order to just find a reason to fuck them over and take the business. Well, you might think that David has a goal of raising money to take the Kardashians to court. What he's actually pushing on social media is a little bit different from that.
Instead of a GoFundMe, I want to start a crowdfunding so that way we could do billboards, production budgets, t-shirts, whatever it takes to get this word out. Go to a dollar store and you could spend just a few bucks on a plain sign like this and a Sharpie marker, and you could write Kim Kardashian ruinmylife.com. and you can put it in your yard.
He is accepting donations, to be clear, but be very careful if you're interested in donating, guys. I guess some impersonators have come out and faked being David on Cash App to try and make some quick money. Only donate through his links that he shares on his actual accounts. David boldly used a Kanye song for this TikTok, and of course it came with a wave of Kanye comments, including "somebody get Kanye on this," "that sign should be Kanye's next album cover," and one where David even responded saying he knows what happened. One thing I do want to say is that the new season of the Kardashians show is coming out, and the public opinion about them has gone way down recently. There's a video after video online talking about the demise and fall of the Kardashians, and as we all know, if there's one thing they're good at, it's drumming up attention. And in Hollywood, any attention is good, even if it's bad. So maybe a deep conspiracy type theory to keep in mind is all of this is coming out now, before the launch of the new season. Coincidence? But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new tea spills and updates from us. And for now, enjoy some eye bleach.